Piracy has been the number one enemy of Philippines film, music, and movie industry. Hi, my name is Anna Ruth Grace Salashara, and today I am going to talk about RA 10088, or better known as the Anti-Camcording Act of 2010. When I first encountered the law, I asked myself, what is camcording? So I researched and I found out that camcording is a recording of any video or audio materials on a camcorder with the intent for legal purposes. Now that we know what camcording is, I am going to talk about the whole act. Let's begin.
RA 10088, or the Anti-Camcording Act of 2010. Following are the unlawful actions under RA 10088. Under Section 3 of the said Act, it shall be unlawful for any person at a time when copyright subsists in a cinematographic film or other audiovisual work or its soundtrack, and without the authorization of the copyright owner or exclusive license thereof to A. Use or attempt to use an audiovisual recording device to transmit or make a copy of any performance in an exhibition facility of such a cinematographic film or other audiovisual work or its soundtrack or any part thereof. B. Have in his or her possession an audiovisual recording device in an exhibition facility with the intent of using or attempts to use the audiovisual recording device to transmit or make a copy of any performance in the exhibition facility of such a cinematographic film or other audiovisual work or its soundtrack or any part thereof. Or C. Aid, abet, or connive in the commission of the acts prohibited under this section. The following are the penalties for these unlawful actions. Under Section 4 of RA 10088, a person who will be found guilty of violating the provisions of Section 3 shall be subject to a fine of 50,000 pesos, but not exceeding 750,000 pesos, and imprisonment of 6 months and 1 day to 6 years and 1 day. The degree of the penalty depends on the degree of the unlawful actions. In the same section, if the purpose of the commission of the above-mentioned acts is the sale, rental, or other commercial distribution of a copy of the cinematographic or audiovisual work of its soundtrack or any part thereof, the penalty shall be imposed in the maximum. If the offender is an alien, said person shall immediately be deported after payment of the fine and after serving his or her sentence. He or she shall thereafter be refused entry into the Philippines. If the offender is a government official or employee, the penalty shall include perpetual disqualification for public office and forfeiture of his or her right to vote and participate in any public election for a period of 5 years. For private use, no excuses are allowed. The following are the offices that should enforce this law. Under Section 11, the PNP, in coordination with the NBI, the Optical Media Board or OMB, operators of the cinemas, theaters, or exhibition facilities, and owners of the cinematographic films or audiovisual works and other soundtracks shall enforce the provisions of this Act. The PNP may deputize for a defined period the heads or personnel of such agencies and instrumentalities of government or private sector representatives or stakeholders of rights over cinematographic films or audiovisual works and their soundtracks to perform the enforcement functions required under this Act.
We know about RA 10088, or the Anti-Camcording Act of 2010, with all the legal actions and the penalty that goes with it, I hope that you will all be well informed and that none of us will do any illegal actions. In my opinion, I believe that this act is a must because recording someone's work and distributing it without their permissions is just plainly unethical. As I end this report, I always hope that we will always remember to always pay tribute, honor, and respect to those people who deserves it. And I also hope that the future generation would always keep this in mind. Whoever worked hard should be paid hard. Again, I am Hannah Ruth Grace de la Shera, and this is about RA 10088. I hope that you will always remember this. Mabuhay!